If you've started or decided this new year that you are going to write your first ever fiction book, then can I ask you to pause for just a few minutes while I ask you what your why is? And yes, I probably could have phrased that a lot better, but it is actually an important part that will go a long way towards helping you finish your book if that's something you plan to do this year. When I first started writing my writing career back in 2013, I started basically because I had a lot of time on my hands and I had a what if in the back of my head. NaNoWriMo was a big thing back then, and I started with NaNoWriMo, and I have basically never stopped. I have been writing consistently now for 12 years, and I have a number, well over 100 titles in my backlist. I love what I do, and I've never questioned that. And so you might think it a little strange if I'm asking you to stop and question your why when I basically didn't start with one at all. But people go into fiction writing for usually, I'm going to say three, there are probably a lot more, but three base reasons. Now, the first one is that they have some sort of memoir they want to write. Perhaps there's something significant has happened in their life or in the life of somebody that they know, and that you simply want to tell that story. So your why in that case is going to be honoring that person, whether it be yourself or someone else, and committing a part of their life to memory in a written form that other people can enjoy. And that is a perfectly good why to have. It'll allow you to keep going when some of the memories might be difficult. And it also, you get a lot of sense of satisfaction out of committing these things to the page. When you see a book in a solid form, there is there's something almost magical about it, because this is something that you've achieved. And if that is your why, then yep, you should really start writing. I think that sounds brilliant. Now, other people will have probably thought, well, writing stories is a way of making money. And yes, it is. I've supported myself fully from my writing for 12 years. And so my only income comes from the royalties from my books. So, yes, I do agree that, particularly if you're self publishing, you can make enough money if you pay attention to your reader needs, to genres, to meeting the market, so to speak. And this is why I'd ask you to just stop and think for a moment. Because if you're writing purely for monetary gain, then you're going to have to follow tropes. You're going to have to follow trends. You will be writing to market. And the thing is, with writing to market, is you're going to have to write quickly. You can't suddenly think, I mean, I don't know what sort of books are popular at the moment, probably romantasy. So you see that there are romantasy authors making a lot of money, and you think to yourself, right, well, I'll just write myself a romantasy story. And that's brilliant. There's nothing wrong with that. If you're able to do that, then all credit to you. But please note that reader trends change quickly. And chances are that in 6 months' time, it won't be romantasy that's at the top of the pile. It could be, I don't know, cozy mystery, whatever, I'm not sure. I'm not an oracle. I don't know these things. But I do know with 12 years experience that different trends change quickly. Billionaires were a thing. Bikers were a thing. What else was there? This is just within the romance genre alone. The different types of tropes in romance stories changes all the time. And in romantasy, science fiction, mysteries, whatever, they all change. Something will happen. There may be a movie, a popular book, people jump on that trend. But with it, as I say, within about 6 months or so, the readers have moved on. So unless you can write very quickly and you can write well, and you already have a system in place that will allow you to get the book edited, you're comfortable with self-publishing, you know about marketing, you're not going to catch that trend unless you are fast. Because when we know about a trend, that is usually when it's starting to die. The third, I'm not suggesting for a second that you not do it. I'm telling you, if that's what you're looking at, if you want to make maximum bang for your buck, then write quickly, write strictly to market, and make sure that you deliver what the readers are looking for. It can be done, but it's very difficult to sustain, especially when reader trends change so quickly. The third type of why a person might have is something like what I'm doing. I'm a career author. As I say, I've been doing this for 12 years. And I am very proud, comfortable, and happy with what I do. Some of the key whys for having a career as an author, particularly one that is self-published, is that you want to know that you're able to deliver on covers, deliver on stories. But with a career author, you also pick the sort of stories that you love to read. They don't have to be trendy. They don't have to be the flavor of the month. But you pick and read various authors because you enjoy their stories. A career type author is the type of author who will have the most longevity in their career because it's a career thing. So they don't expect to make a mass of money up front. They know that building an audience and taking time is the sort of thing that they're prepared to invest in and they're prepared to do. Their why is that they want to build a comfortable income that may not realize for a few years, but they know that when it does start to roll in, it's quiet, it's comfortable, it works. This is what I did for myself. I created my own job. I generated my income, and I am very, very happy with what I do. But honestly, I didn't have a why when I started. My decision to continue writing and to keep writing well after the NaNoWriMo of 2013, I beg your pardon, was because I can do this and I don't have to have a job out there. I can do this. I can get up when I like. I can go to bed when I like. Some nights I'm writing until 1 o'clock or 1 or 2 in the morning. Other days I'm up at 6 o'clock and I'm writing by 8. My days are my own. I control every aspect of my life and I just keep writing. I love the freedom that self-publishing brings me. And so I suppose my why came in hindsight. And it's why I continue. You may be wondering, particularly if you just have decided you'd like to write a book, you may have been wondering to yourself, why is she talking about all this stuff? And the reason why I'm asking you to find your why is because while I can make it sound easy, oh yes, I just get up when I feel like it and tippy-tappy some words and, and then I go and do something else. Well, no, actually, I spend hours writing every day. And I spend more hours marketing every day. And I do it because I love it, because this is my life. This is what I do. This is my why. My why keeps me going on those days when things go wrong. My why keeps me going when I've got a storyline that I'm stuck in the middle and I'm thinking, this is just not working. Why am I doing this? I have my why. Writing a book from start to finish, any author who's done it will tell you how much work that is. And you need your why to keep you going, whether it's the thought of all those monies you make because you're chasing a trend. Good luck with that. Or whether it's because you want to encapsulate the memories of somebody dear to you, or even a part of your own life you want to share in a memoir. It doesn't matter. Or maybe you're writing because it's a passion project and you just love what you do. But knowing your why and understanding your why will keep you going when the times get tough. When you put a book out and then you wonder if your sales page is even working because you're thinking, why aren't I getting any sales? Or if you get your first bad review or things like that. All of these happen to authors. They're all part of what being an author is all about, particularly self-published authors like myself. But it's a really cool way of making a living. It's a really cool way of life. Understanding your why before you start it will go a long way to ensuring your success over the long term. Now, am I talking through a hole in my head? Or can you actually see some validity in what I'm saying? Please let me know in the comments below. The main focus of this channel is to try and help people go from deciding they want to write a book right through to publishing and marketing that same book. I have a strong, strong believer in the idea that being a self-published author is a really great way of creating a career. It's not just a job. It is a career, and it's one that can bring you a lot of joy. I've made so many friends among my reader groups. I've just, I am friends with authors. I am friends with readers. I barely have anybody come around and have a cup of coffee with me, but I can go online at any time of the day or night and there'll be somebody there who was happy to say hi, or is telling me they enjoyed my book, or letting me know when I've made a mistake in one of my books, which I actually really appreciate. All of those sorts of things. I feel like I have a life because of that decision I made back in 2013. And if you're looking for something similar, or you just want to see a book with your name on, then yeah, let me know that in the comments as well. Sorry, I was trying to tie this off and then I went and waffled. So please subscribe if you'd like more of this waffle. Please hit the like button if you thought this waffle was worth it, or at least made you think. And if you want to see anything specific on this channel, again, please leave that in the comments below. I do answer every comment. And yeah, I really want to see you succeed because I believe in you. So until next time, my friends, please keep writing and we'll see you in the next one. Bye.